absence of Niedermeyer, there's a lot of holes to fill. As this team learned a year ago with Chris Pronger, players of that caliber leave a bit of a vacuum, and different players have to step into different roles for those players. Scotty was the leading scoring defenseman for this team. He was a captain too, so you know there has to be a new captain. I know there's candidates there, certainly good candidates, but there's going to be a new leadership role that goes, and that's off the ice. On the ice, I'd say there's a lot of different jobs that are up for grabs for different players because of all the different roles Scott played. He was a key penalty killer. He was very important on the power play. Lubomir Visnovsky will have to pick up a lot of the slack on the power play there. Paul Mara has been brought in to pick up some of that slack as well on the power play. So it'll have to be by committee, I would say. The one identity I would say this team has is they have explosiveness offensively. You look up front at Getzlaf, at Perry, Bobby Ryan. These are all guys that have scored 20 goals in this league. Ryan scored 30 twice. Teemu Selanne scored 40 goals or more, I believe, 5 times in his career. He's back for another year. Saku Koivu's a guy who's put up numbers on a very consistent basis over his career. Jason Blake is another player who has put the puck in the net on a consistent basis through his career. Joffrey Lupul, if he gets healthy, has scored 25 goals or more twice already in his brief NHL career, and I think he's still only 25 years old. The biggest difference this season for this hockey team is their defense. Their entire blue line unit has basically been turned over. They signed 3 free agents, and Andy Sutton, who comes over from Ottawa. Paul Mara came over as a free agent as well. Those guys are gonna play big minutes for this team this season. Lubomir Visnovsky is probably a guy they're going to look to for an awful lot on defense, but he's a guy who came over at the trade deadline last year. I mentioned Sutton as a free agent. Andy Sutton was second in the league in block shots a year ago, and block shots are something the Ducks haven't done a lot of over the course of the last few years. So he's going to help there. He'll be a big help on the penalty kill, which was also a problem area last season that a lot of players are going to have a chance to play on this season. So it'll be interesting to see. The holdovers are what's really remarkable. The guy with the most experience with this organization on defense is Sheldon Brookbank, and he's been here parts of 2 years now. So it's an entirely new unit on the blue line.
Yeah, we got a lot of leadership in this room. We got a lot of experience. We got a lot of youth too. We got a great mix of guys. We're definitely feeling like we can do something this year.
Well, it remains to be seen just how young the core will be. Cam Fowler, an 18-year-old first-round draft pick in June, is going to get a real chance to play on this team. Lucas Sabisa, a 20-year-old defenseman who was with us briefly last year, I believe will be here all year. So that core could get even younger, but that core has kind of come up through the ranks together. Getzlaf, Perry, Bobby Ryan, those are all players, with the exception of Bobby Ryan, that were part of the Stanley Cup championship team here. So there's enough experience, and sometimes what that experience needs to get pushed a little bit is a little more youth, and that's here possibly to give them that shove.
We have a great goaltender, and like I said, we had a lot of young guys that played a lot, and so I think that those guys coming up and having that extra year of experience is really going to help us push. And our front six are pretty much the same as they were last year. Just another year that guys played together and developed that chemistry, and it can only get better.
Anytime that you can have a successful product on the ice, it only unites the community and gets them here at the Honda Center, so the surrounding areas are certainly going to benefit. Yeah. What we want to do is make sure anyone that comes here and has a ticket leaves this building saying, I love that, I was entertained. Now certainly there's things that we do to try to look for a certain demographic. We have what's called our hockey spot on Sundays, where we have different things that are geared towards the younger fan. But from our perspective, we look to build an atmosphere in this arena that is conducive to a hardcore hockey fan, and that's taken care of on the ice, and everything that surrounds it.
I think because of the core that has been here through the successful years, the Getzlafs, the Perrys, the Marchands, the Perroses, even Hiller, the players that have been here through successes in the playoffs, they feel a little bit snubbed, and the fact that there are no expectations is somewhat bulletin board material for this team, and the fact that they've been overlooked, and the so-called prognosticators maybe have not pegged them to be a playoff team coming into the season, maybe a little bit of motivation.
You know, we should have made the playoffs last year, so you know, we have another great squad. We're looking pretty good. I like some of the moves we made. We got a great crew of guys here. We're going to be real competitive, and we should make it again, so there's no excuses.
I think we got to play spectacular hockey. Again, it's not just, doesn't mean just offense, but also like playing hard, hard hits, like fast tempo hockey. That's what's exciting, and yeah, it's not obvious it has to be like a 5-6 game or whatever, but a tight game can be interesting too. But we got to be out there, and people have to see that we really care and we want to win.
I mean, we're a hard fighting team, and you know, guys like to skate, and guys hit a lot out here. We play an up-tempo, aggressive kind of hockey that you know, it's fun to watch.
I think the key for the Ducks may reside in how Los Angeles and Phoenix respond to their newfound expectations, because suddenly there's no expectations around this hockey team, the Ducks, and now maybe it's their turn to surprise.